Well, it's John Black, super chemist. I think I'm on part 4 of why they want DEI. Last thing we were talking about was the Jew hating on the colleges. At first they were protesters, so hey, whatever, man, you got a right. But once they started harassing the Jews and, starting getting violent, uh, destroying property, they should have been stopped. Okay, if it's all about equality, they would have been stopped. But they don't want to stop them, right? They didn't have, see. That's how they do it. They gave the crazy people protesting, rioting, being violent, harassing. They gave them more rights than the Jews, and now it's going to be a snowball effect, right? Just like the illegal aliens, they give them so many rights. The illegal aliens, you can have 5 of them beating up a cop on national TV in Times Square in New York City, and they don't even arrest them, really. You know what I mean? And then they actually give them money to take a bus to another state. Like, you know what I mean? That's going to, an illegal alien can stab a store owner, and if he tries to stab him back, they arrest the store owner. They just want us to be divided. They just want us to be divided. And while we're being divided and we're fighting over stupid stuff like trans people in a girl's bathroom or trans people, biological men in female sports, stupid stuff, they're passing all these laws we don't even know about. Because humans are stupid. They wouldn't, How stupid? If I had a grandma, right? And this guy wants to do her house, do the roofing, do a new roof. And he comes over and he has a 1,700 page contract about it. He says, he tells my grandmother, he says, I don't want you reading it. She starts trying to read it. He goes, no, there's not enough time to read it. You just sign it. What would we all say? 100% of us would say, oh my God, that guy's going to rip off that old lady. Why wouldn't he let her read the contract? You know what I mean? And why is it so long? Who has a 1,700 page contract just to do your roof, man? 100% of us would say, yeah, he's a flim-flam guy. He's a con artist. But yet the Dems, every year, literally every bill they have, the end of the year, when they know that they can shut down the government, what do? When Nancy Pelosi, the last thing she did when she was in Congress as the Speaker of the House, she had a 1,700 page bill that she wanted to pass. And if it wasn't passed, the government was going to be shut down. And what does she do when she comes out with it? I figured out it'd take you, even if you just read it 8 hours a day, it'd take you 6 months or something to read this thing. You know what I mean? It'd take months. I can't remember what it was. But it wasn't like, a week or two. It was a long time it would take to read this. 1,700 pages, that's a lot of pages, man. Even at a couple minutes a page, that's like, geez, that's a lot of time. But anyways, so they bring it out days, you have 2 days to read this thing that will take a month and a half to read, you know what I mean, or whatever, a month to read. But you got to decide. So you can't read it. She's saying, hey, you have to sign this bill that's this big, with this much laws in it and stuff. But you can't look at it. No, you can't read it. If you want to read it, you hate children, because there's a law in there that's going to help children. You hate children. And the whole country is like, instead of saying, oh, she doesn't, 1,700 pages? Like, and they don't, and she won't let no one read it, and she's calling them names if they want to read it. In that instance, half the country says, oh, Nancy Pelosi's right, they should just sign it. Why shut down the government? Unreal. Okay, let's get on to the last thing here, and I'm going to say about DEI, okay, is that it's division, destroying our family unit. They want to destroy the family unit big time, right? That's why they encourage, that's what female supremacy is about, the feminazis, what is it, feminism. it's about destroying the family unit, man. They want these women out being cops and being this, being firemen and blah, 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 so that they ignore their family. Now, if you have a dad that's working and a mom that's working, and then when they get home, think about it. If a woman works about 50 hours a week, right, and that's including everything she does for the house, you know what I mean? And most women, that's impossible almost to do. But I could see it if you got a bunch of kids, okay? The man works 50 hours a week too. Okay, that's, if you count cutting the grass, cleaning out the gutters, and maintenance on the car, and the garbage, taking it out, changing light bulbs, anything needs fixed. I can just go on for an hour about stuff they do at home. But they also have to work at their job 40 hours, and they have to drive to work and drive back home. That takes more time. They work at 50 hours or more. The woman works 50 hours or less. But let's just say they're 50 hours. That means if you have a man and a woman, they both work, that means there's 50 hours a week. I mean, housework that needs to be done, stuff for the family, right? So now you got a man working 50 hours a week. You have a woman working 50 hours a week at their jobs outside the house. Who does the 50 hours a week that's left over? 25 hours goes to the man, 25 to the woman. So now they're working 75 hours a week. You do understand that 2 jobs at full time is 80 hours a week. They'll be working 75 hours a week, and then they think that they're gonna, I don't understand. It's stupidity. No family. That's why the family unit only lasts 5 years, 3 years. No one can handle that much load on them. That's why the woman doesn't work, because they can't. And then you actually have these female supremacists, these feminist men. Yeah, it's so much better when you have it easier. How do you have it easier working? How is working 75 hours a week easier than working 50? Same way with women. Are you retarded? How is working 75 hours a week empowering, but working 50 hours a week is oppression? You people are insane. But they want to destroy the family unit. They want the woman to go out to work. They want the woman to be selfish. They want the woman to put herself above anyone, or even her own kids, even over her own family. Nothing matters except for her happiness and her what she wants in life. Now, if you have a woman like that, any family she starts is going to be destroyed. And that's how they destroy the family unit. These kids are like teenagers. They don't listen to their, the parents. And the parents are like, oh, whatever. The reason they don't listen to you is because you were never around. You were both working. You were both cleaning the house all the time when you were at home, or too tired to do anything, because instead of working 50 hours a week, both of yous both work now 75 hours a week. So yous are always tired. You didn't have time to teach them respect for you or themselves or anyone else, for that matter. That's how they destroy, and they take our safety away. Our kids are not. 50% of the cops are women. Criminals are going to be emboldened like you will not believe. Okay, I'm pretty much right now. Last 20 years, I've been a pretty much law-abiding citizen. But even I'm like, hey man, if they're all women, I mean, what can they really do? Really, what can they do? So, let's see how much time we got left here, because I think I'm going to have to just babble the rest of the time. I got 5 more minutes. They want to bring back, it's all about division. Division and scapegoating, okay? And bringing back racism, destroying the family unit, taking all our safety away, okay? They want this idea that men and women are the same. See, the thing is if men and women are the same, they don't need each other, do they? right? The woman can go work, and what's she need a man for? A man can cook and do all that. Why even get married? Why do it? Right? Now I just totally lost my train of thought. But what was I saying? Yeah, yeah. If they're the same. See, when we were normal and we weren't living in a demagogy, we used to say that men were opposite but complementary. You know, a man is tall, woman is short. That's an opposite, but they complement each other because a woman wants a tall man and a man wants a short woman. You know, a woman is someone who wants to be provided for, and a man is someone who wants to provide for. They're opposite, but they complement each other because if she wants to be provided for and he wants to provide for her, they complement. Everything complements. You know, that's the way it used to be. We're opposite, but we complement. See, that's why we need each other. So once a man and a woman needs each other. Being by themselves, they're nothing. Okay? Being together, they're a lot more. Or you can say that, you know, maybe you don't want to say they're nothing. They're X amount. But you put them together, they synergize. They don't make, you know, the X and the X doesn't make 2X, you know, twice as much X. It makes 10X. Okay? Because your strength. You don't have to do everything. Everything in life isn't piled on you. You know what I mean? You got a wife or a husband that's going to share, help. That's what makes family whatever, man. They want to say that we're all the same. If we're all the same, then we don't need each other. That's the trick. That's the thing. A woman who has go out, she's a boss babe, and she has kids, and she's divorced or whatever, and she's on to the next guy. Why? She doesn't need that guy. At that point, what does she need him for? Just to hang out a little bit. Well, that's not, marriages don't work like that. They don't last like that. People need to be dependent on each other. The man is dependent on the woman, and the woman is dependent on the man. That's what makes it work. That's what makes the love. Right? If you can depend on each other, you're dependent on each other, you're going to love each other. Let's see how much time we got. But this thing about DEI, it's just a way to destroy us. It's a way to have female supremacy, to have black supremacy. See, that's what they want. They want black supremacy and female supremacy to rule the country, and LGBT, whatever. And they don't even like the gays, really. They're just trying. When I get into the trans stuff, they're basically trying to erase the gays and make them all trans. Erase all the autistics, make them into trans. All right. Well, I can't think of anything else really. I mean, I'm sure as soon as I turn off this video, I'll have a million, because I could talk about DEI and how horrible it is, how it destroys everything, how they want to force people. You know, women don't want to be cops. Why are you trying to force them? Why is it that there has to be the same ratio of cops as there is in the population of women? When it comes to hair color, eye color, we don't care about that. Somehow skin color, sexuality, gotta be the same as the population. Well, maybe those groups don't want to be in those jobs, but you're going to force them. That's what they did in whatever, Denmark or whatever the hell is over there. That's the communist country pretending they're socialist, where that 70% of their income goes to pay for taxes, right? 70%. Can you imagine that? 70% of the year, 9 months out of the year, you're working, and it all just goes to the government. And then they all praise socialism. I don't want to live on 3. I already give up 3 months of my thing and live on 9. I don't want it to be inverse that, where I'm working, you know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, I'm running out of time, so, oh well. Y'all have a great day.